Let's go.
All right. Let's do this shit. So this is Sundown After Dark, episode number 10. Double digits, folks.
Woo!
Hell yeah. Let's get the thing started. Son of a bitch!
Chamberlain. Hey everybody!
I
Can you hear
don't
us?
know why the sound does that shit. Because the sound doesn't do that. It's software. It's got to be the software.
Are you recording what you're saying,
Yeah.
Aliens.
Son of a bitch.
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens. You know what? Let's move. Hold on. Let me
Just
do one
move
of these.
along. Just move along.
Now I can't see my screens right. So. All right. Hold on. I'm too fat. There we go. All right. Yeah, I have a hat on. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right. With us today, we've got Jacob Fuller. Thomas will be here in a second. We got Hunter, and we've got Mr. Donnie over there. Hey, Donnie, your microphone's pointed wrong. It's the only one that needs to be pointed straight at you. Straight at you.
There we go. There you go,
Perfect.
Donnie.
You can do it now.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it.
I should have switched them. But anyway,
I was totally going to say something, Brian. Then you made me forget.
what were you going to say?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was funny, though, whatever it was.
Oh, damn. I like your funny banter because mine's not as fun.
What were we talking about before we started recording?
Beer, I think.
Beer.
40s?
Beer. 40s. No, that wasn't it, man.
Big bitches.
That's not it.
We were talking about the stuff not working right.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I said it was aliens.
it's fucking aliens.
It's all gone, man. It's all gone.
Thanks, Donnie, for the hat, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes, today's my birthday, so he made me a hat. It says my birthday on the back of it, which I can't really show you.
So,
Yeah.
Brian, how old are you going to be?
32. Which apparently a lot of people think I'm a whole lot older than that, which scares the shit out of me. So
Yeah?
I need to work on my body, apparently.
Yeah.
I thought it was just your face.
If you folks don't know, I actually color my facial hairs.
And all
'Cause
the
they-
secrets are out.
Yeah, they
Yep,
come
yep.
in.
Oh,
They
Lord.
come in gray now. It's from having kids, is what it is.
I got a gray streak right here.
Mhm.
Right here.
I got a whole face of gray. Actually, the sides of my hair. Every time I get my hair cut, usually the next day or the day after, the gray hairs come in first. They pop out first, and they get all shiny and shimmer in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I've actually found white hairs in my facial hair, and I'm like,
Yeah, I can
I'm
see it
too.
here. You got
Me too.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm
Watch
20
out now.
I'm 28 years old. I should not be having white hair in
Damn it,
my
Hunter.
facial hair.
That's about when it started for me. Was in my late 20s.
I'm like, damn it.
But I have
It's like-
kids. That's what did it to me. You have
Yeah.
My receding hairline is really bad. I don't have so
Yeah.
many gray hairs. Well, I have some, but
So
it's
let's-
mostly my receding hairline.
Let's
Yeah.
introduce Hunter. Hunter hasn't been on this channel yet. He's if you guys have watched Sundown, the unofficial Sundown
Unofficial,
channel, you've seen Hunter there a couple of times.
Cameo
the,
appearances.
Yeah.
the very first Meet the Staff Monday.
Yeah,
That
it was
too.
this guy right here. Hunter, tell us about who you are and what you do here at Sundown Audio. And while you're doing that, I need a poker to poke this here cigar.
I'm Hunter Dellinger, and I do quality control, test subwoofers, etc.
You know what else Hunter does? Hunter picks up every ZV5 that we sell.
That is true.
Personally
Yes.
picks it up at least twice.
Yeah, sometimes 3 times.
We have grown his strength by double at least.
He's
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
he's like 180% stronger than when we started here, minimum.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
pretty
Maybe
much.
180
Can
times.
you imagine? Can you imagine picking up one of those woofers every day? I couldn't do it. My back would be ruined. How's your back, Hunter?
Day to day.
He's got the back brace on him though.
Yeah, I usually wear the back brace, but
It's funny. A lot of people when they start here, like I remember Nick Heron back in the day. He's like a freaking huge beast guy now compared to what he used to be. But when he first came to buy something, he couldn't even pick up a ZV1 without about falling over. And I remember when Hunter started like an SA12 or something would be
Yeah,
fairly
SA12,
heavy
yeah.
for him, and now he's like ZV5 is like Hulk smash.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to that extent. But yeah,
Why does it smell like weed?
Hunter has to magnetize every ZV5. I'm not sure if everybody knows
This
that.
cigar and this, when you
Yeah.
handed this to me, smelled like weed. What
I
have you
don't-
been
I
doing,
don't-
Jake?
I don't know, man. I might have let Mike borrow it or something. So the ZV5s we bring in uncharged because we want to make sure that the magnet gets fully charged with our larger magnetizer. So that's exactly right.
Cigar
Yeah.
went out already. So Hunter, keep talking about yourself. I need to light the cigar.
I don't really know what to say, honestly.
So Hunter, where did we get you from? Where were you before here?
Hannah's Barbecue, right down the road.
This is a little known fact. I actually bought my house from Hunter's old boss.
Yep.
And
worked
his,
there
and then his neighbor, or who was his neighbor, actually works in a lot of our cars, and that's kind of how we got involved with hiring Hunter.
Yep.
That's right. It all comes together.
He's
Small
my
world.
confidential informant. Hopefully, nobody's listening to this that doesn't know that.
Oh,
What do we?
he's
What?
cool.
I didn't hear anything.
No, we like all those folks.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bryan, I just burnt this.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Donnie.
Some like black stuff came out onto my finger, and I was like, "What is that?"
Kick his ass, Hunter. Kick
it's
his
the-
ass.
Kick his ass,
it's the
Seabass.
foam.
It's like,
My bad.
Well, you know what's cool, Donnie?
What?
All those little foam things that come on here, they're only like $1 a piece, so no worries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's destroyed.
Well, you owe Brian $1.
They didn't come with the microphones. I had to buy them separate, so we're good. They're like come in a pack of like
Microphone booties.
5. I might even
Oh,
have
I know what I was
an
going to
extra
say, Brian.
one. What's that?
I was going to tell Drew Jones because he was talking about drinking water. This is my 4th bottle today, if you're watching, Drew. We were talking about water consumption.
Yeah, I can't get this fucking cigar to work. Yeah, Jake, you drink a ridiculous amount of water.
I do. I'm very thirsty.
When I was drinking as much water as you drink on a normal day, I actually lost a lot of weight. Yeah.
That's why I don't gain a lot of weight, I guess.
Yeah.
I usually wake up in the morning.
Thomas.
I pound about this much water before I eat breakfast. And then I drink another one with breakfast, and I grab another one when I get here.
This is one of my favorite cigars, and I can't get it to freaking work for me. It's just
Hey,
not
Thomas.
pulling right.
We,
This,
th-
by
we
the
thought it
way,
would be amusing if you just came in the show with the beer.
yeah. Where's my 40 at? Damn it. Anyway, this is I'm smoking an acid Cuba. This is actually one of my favorite
Right, right.
cigars. Donnie over here got them for me for my birthday, so thank you very much, Donnie.
So
Happy birthday.
Yes,
we're like all smoking cigars and drinking beer, and like Hunter doesn't do any of that stuff. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Hunter, we will let you have anything you need.
yeah, man.
Yes,
we're
we're
good.
live.
We wanted
Yeah.
you to come in with the beer live. We thought it'd be funny, and it was.
I set the microphone
let's
on
crack
fire.
Let's crack open that case.
Yeah, crack it
Oh,
up, crack it
melted.
on open,
Shit.
crack it on open.
So anyway, Hunter, so you work down the road. We got you here. You've been here for how long now?
It'll be a year and a half in March, or 2.5 years in March.
I was gonna say year and a half. That doesn't
Yeah,
seem right.
two
Dude,
and a
time
half
flies.
years.
I remember when we first brought you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time really flies.
The first Thursday I was here, we had a truck, and it was horrendous.
We had a truck today. too.
Hunter was just about to say, "Fuck this job."
Yeah, I was.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but he didn't want to look like a pussy on the first day, so he
That's
stuck
true.
with us.
I remember.
We pushed the shit out of Hunter, by
did,
the way.
we did, yeah.
We have molded Hunter into a new man, and
Yes.
he has definitely shown his worth. So good job.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Bryan.
So,
QC specialist.
yeah,
Yep.
that's basically all you handle is just taking care of quality control.
Magnetization
quality
and
control.
QC. Yep.
Yep.
Hey,
What's
Thomas.
so funny, Tom?
And
huh?
giving
It looks
Thomas
good
a
on you.
hard time.
Oh yeah, my
That's
aliens.
true.
Thomas a hard time too.
He does do that. Does a good job at it.
Always fucking
Today,
with me.
Hunter was my favorite person in the world because I built up 2 refurb
Oh, this is
X12s,
good.
and I was kind of worried that they wouldn't work.
Right?
I don't know. I was just really nervous about them. So Hunter
They
tested
certainly
them
look
today.
like they shouldn't work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he comes to
Well-
me and says that about it being B stock,
me
and
get
I
a
won't
beer
look
over
at
there.
it, and I'm like, oh hell.
But they worked.
Pass that to Brian.
Yes,
worked.
but they worked.
Thank you. Well, good job, Donnie. Donnie's not a sub builder, but from time to time he'll dabble a
We
little
have
bit in that.
have
and
trained him to build subs
Yeah.
and rebuild subs and build drop-ins.
it's
I
one of
want
the
to
things.
get better at it.
Yeah.
It's one of the things
Something
that
I
we
wanna get
try to
better
do
at.
here at Sundown is, a lot of people have their particular job that they do, but you kind of want to mold them into being able to do other things just in case something happens. Just in case
Hey,
somebody's
Thomas.
sick and they can't do their job, somebody else
Hi.
can do the replacement. So, and then
What?
for a while there, we
haven't
had
seen
Donnie
you here in a
working in
while.
the build room. And then they're over here talking.
I like working in the build room. It's fun.
Working in the build room.
I'm trying something, multiple layers here,
Is that Motley Crue?
So,
yeah, well, we were supposed to be smoking, but
so like Thomas hasn't been here in a while with us. I don't know if the
Smoking in the
crowd
building.
noticed or they might have missed him.
yeah, Thomas always has something to do when we do this podcast. So
Sorry.
thanks for showing up today, buddy.
Your fans will be very happy.
Yep. Look at that sexy beast over there, just looking at his beer. Oh, I opened my beer. Didn't even drink it yet.
Damn it, Brian.
I haven't had a haircut like the entire series of this podcast.
I don't know if I have either.
Yeah, we
actually.
started the podcast in November.
Yeah,
that's when we started
my last
doing the
haircut
pilots.
was in October, I think.
This corn syrup.
I've been doing the
is
same thing.
Delicious.
Yeah, all the Super Bowl ads about the corn syrup.
Yeah, this corn syrup's delicious.
You know what? I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl. I forgot to write that down.
It was terrible.
It was the worst fucking Super Bowl I've ever watched in my
It
life.
was really bad.
Everything about it.
The halftime show, everything.
We all went to Thomas's house.
And that's the thing, yeah. Everyone came to my house, and I felt bad. I was like, you guys could have just stayed home. I'm really sorry.
We ate a lot of pizza though.
Yeah, there
pizza
was pizza
and
wings.
dips. There's a lot of dips
Wings.
going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I had an emergency over there.
Yeah, Brian just completely destroyed Thomas's bathroom. It's uninhabitable.
So pretty much, folks, if I ever go to your house, just understand that you probably have to clean the bathroom afterwards. That's the way it
There's no
goes.
probably about it, Brian.
Yeah.
It's a known issue.
No, cease to it.
I'm starting to think I have IBS because like certain foods that normal people eat that are good for you, it's like it flows right through me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like spinach, for instance.
You are not Popeye.
I eat spinach and it's like it cleans me out. And I love spinach. Why are we talking about my shit again? It seems like every episode we talk
Yep.
about my shit.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Well, this is your birthday episode, so we have to talk about you a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think Hunter was going to say something about the game. Hunter, what do you have to say about the
bite out
game?
of them.
Hunter knows
It
all about
was
the
Yeah,
game.
burnt
Absolute
it.
garbage.
There we go.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I got like mic stuff on my pants.
Hunter's kind of a sports fan.
Yeah.
He likes
Damn it, Donnie.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about sports.
We don't, again, folks, we don't have like any particular plot to this here story today.
Yes, we do.
We do
Bryan, celebration of Bryan, our faithful host.
Thank you. So, we got our beer.
Go into more detail about the game, Hunter. Tell us why it was terrible.
Yeah, it was 3-0 at halftime.
Are we doing that shit?
Followed by.
we're talking about it.
Would you say it was just a very defensive game?
Oh, that?
There was like barely an offense going on there?
It was.
I ain't doing
Just shit all
There
around.
was like
disastrous from.
there were like
start
17
to
rushing
finish.
yards. That's the first quarter. Like one team had like
I don't know a
think
lot
the
about
Rams had like
football.
17 rushing yards or something stupid.
I figured the Patriots would just like blow them out, but then
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny?
it's just disastrous.
Before the game started, I said the score was going to be 21-3.
Yeah.
3 being the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
For the first, I think, 2 quarters, Patriots only had 3
3
points. I said, okay, they got their 3 points. It's like, now was it the Rams? So the Rams need to get the 21, and I'm going to go get a lottery ticket. All right. And then, last quarter, obviously, the Patriots pulled it off with a touchdown. So, but
What an abortion of a game.
yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of football, but that was pretty terrible.
That was also like the worst season. Just everything about it was awful.
and even on top of the halftime show.
Oh,
was
yeah.
just horrendous too.
Yeah, it was rough.
I mean,
Tim Adam Levine with like literally
every tattoo.
every
on the man.
basic bitch tattoo.
I'll
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
I'll take a
That
Janet Jackson titty pop anytime. I like-
Wardrobe malfunction.
yeah, I like.
I think that was the last Super Bowl Jake actually watched.
Yeah. I didn't even watch the whole thing.
What 2002, 2000,
Something like that.
2004, something like that. I remember I just moved to North Carolina. I think when that happened, it was 2003. I think then.
Indubitably.
Well, yeah, that was fun. But that, she had a pasty on, so you didn't even get to see it.
Oh man. Well, then what was the whole debate about?
I don't really know. That was stupid. I mean,
It
because
just wasn't supposed to happen anyway. It was
But then why did she have a pasty on in the first place? Ah,
Just
there's your
in case,
conspiracy.
Brian.
There-
You sure there was a
Aliens.
pasty?
What's that?
Are you sure there was a
Aliens.
pasty?
There
on
was a
there?
pasty.
Really?
Believe me, I looked.
I can believe that. Yeah.
I've
I
never
totally
even watched it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Thomas is very passionate about this kind of thing.
Clearly.
So, Hunter, what'd you bring with you today?
I brought some Bean Boozled jelly beans.
Somebody
looks-
actually mentioned that we should do the Bean Boozle stuff. Actually, I think it was Brent from
Really?
Audio, Everyday Audios. I think he's mentioned.
Oh, Brett.
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah.
So
That's my
are we
son's
just
name. I
we're just
should
gonna do
remember
one, right?
Well,
'Cause if
I ain't
do
doing
one-
it at all because after the damn death knot, I'm not
These
eating
They're not hot,
anything
though.
for. I
These
don't
are
care.
fine.
It might be booger, dude.
I don't care. I
You
don't want
guys-
to
you
eat
guys go
booger.
ahead.
I just want to share it with y'all. I want to see y'all's reactions to
I'll
it.
do one. I'll do one.
God, why you gotta be such pussies? Just
I'll
eat
do
the
one.
damn thing. It's sugar
I'll do one.
that tastes like shit.
Here, you got to spin first.
All right.
Is that how this works?
Should you explain it?
Yeah,
Hunter?
you
To
just
people that don't know what this is,
you
don't understand.
Are there
spin the
people that
wheel,
don't know what it
and
is?
whatever it lands on is what you have to eat, and it's either
color.
a good flavor or a bad flavor.
Okay.
And most of the time, I get the bad flavors.
So,
I guess
so
that's just
was
my
it
luck.
each color has its own. Each color has 2 flavors.
Yes.
Okay.
Although, if I
Oh.
find out that you secretly took all the good ones out of there, I'm kicking your ass.
Now, would I do that?
That would be really funny. Actually.
Well,
Get back at us.
Actually, they would have to be ABC if I had.
it's funny because
for me
there's
to
no
do that.
toothpaste in there, and toothpaste is the like best bad one.
Best,
like,
yeah.
toothpaste, who cares? And there are no
It tastes
toothpaste
like
in
gum.
there. So okay, I'll go first. I'm gonna do one, and
All right.
I'm done.
All right.
So here we go.
I'll do them all.
Brian,
What's it gonna
take
be?
a handful and just see what happens.
So I got, if you can see it,
Shouldn't you lay it down on the
banana
table?
or pencil. Well, I
Show
already
the
spent
public.
it.
That was.
I got
We don't have
banana or pencil shavings.
Your cameras are actually. You know what? You know what, Donnie? Hold on.
Can you
There's the
zoom in?
camera. Show that camera.
Donnie,
Yeah.
you got to spin
There
it
you go.
again.
You gotta spin it again. There's
Okay, well I got to spin it again. I'm gonna set it down on the table.
The
That-
viewers will just have to trust us.
Oh, they can see it. They can see what he's doing.
There we go.
Watch it land.
The
Okay,
ones that
here
are
we go.
watching.
Let's see here.
You don't have that one.
Don't
so-
have that one. Spin it again, Donnie. Come
Damn it,
on.
Donnie.
Third time's
That
a
must have
charm.
been a good one and everybody liked.
Yeah.
What is that one?
Dog food. Dog food or chocolate pudding?
Oh, Brian loves dog food.
One of the brown ones.
Oh,
So it's this.
you're so
Yeah.
lucky, Donnie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get my water prepped up, and I'm gonna do this. Like I said, only doing one. Here we go.
Masticate.
It's either that or chocolate pudding.
So which one is it, Donnie?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's chocolate pudding
It-
or really good dog food.
you would know,
See, it tastes good. What are you
you would know the difference because it tastes exactly like dog food.
I got chocolate pudding.
How
I
do
got
you know
chocolate
what
pudding.
dog food tastes like?
Okay.
Hunter?
All right,
The
this is
smell.
Someone else
it
go.
it tastes like the smell of it.
All right, bring it over
Look
here.
at, look at this booger, barf, stinky
Booger.
socks,
All right, folks.
spoiled
You gotta put it
milk,
on the table.
dead fish.
I want
this
the
is
people to
terrible.
see
Why
what
would
I'm
anyone
doing.
do this to
That's
themselves?
crazy.
What did you
It's
get?
on orange. Well,
Brian, you
it
should
says
eat,
booger, juicy pear or booger.
you should just grab a handful.
My hands are clean, so here.
You should just grab a handful and just like put them in your mouth.
Yeah, that would be disaster. That would end disastrously too, man.
It does say right here, do have a trash can handy at all times. Trust us, you'll need it.
What'd you get?
Yeah, it's booger.
Brian wants another one of them
Although it
booger.
doesn't taste like my booger.
Come on, Jake. Try one.
I guess.
There you go.
It's Brian's,
What's it gonna
Brian's
be?
birthday.
It's Brian's birthday.
Get me a Bean Boozled that tastes like Miller Lite.
Well, there's corn syrup in them.
Let's see.
It says
Oh,
peach or barf.
Oh, dude.
That would be this one.
Oh yes.
Give me one of them cups. Guys, I need to
Yeah.
spit this sucker
Yeah,
out.
give him a cup. He's probably gonna need it if
Hey, I ate a booger.
chew it 3 times at least. And it's a really strong peach flavor, so
Yeah, it's the peach. Okay, I'm
Oh,
good.
Yeah. All right, Thomas, your turn.
I ain't doing this shit.
Such a sore
I'll-
bastard.
I'm not eating anything for like these people's amusement anymore after the death
Thomas,
nut.
you have
That
a,
is
you
like,
have a baby. You've seen things. You can handle this.
just because it's
don't
mine, I'll do it.
There we
Do
go.
it. Hunter's a trooper.
What's it gonna be?
Something horrible.
Oh hell.
What you got there?
Oh, hell. Rotten egg or
Oh,
buttered popcorn.
either
I don't
one.
want to taste either of those.
I
I
love
love
popcorn.
buttered popcorn.
I do
jelly
too.
Popcorn
beans.
sounds
I
pretty good.
hate popcorn.
I do too. I
dude.
love popcorn.
I hate popcorn.
What do you got?
Buttered pop. No.
That was awesome.
yeah.
Buttered popcorn. Oh no.
They hit you with the butter first.
No.
Is it buttered barf? What is it?
It was
What is
rotten
buttered
egg.
barf.
Buttered rotten eggs.
Well, they make eggs with butter.
I think it was rotten.
If it was gross.
Yeah.
So Thomas is the only one that didn't do it. You
Tastes
should do it, Thomas.
I don't want
You should do one.
Thomas,
It's
people
one jelly
People are gonna
bean.
hate on you now.
Come
I don't
man.
care.
It's one jelly bean.
One jelly bean. You can do it, Thomas.
I don't
We have faith in you.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. We all tried it.
Thomas might be an alien.
That probably is.
Why?
Aliens.
Aliens.
I've always wanted a tinfoil hat, Donnie,
It's pretty awesome.
You're welcome, buddy.
but you made it out of aluminum. It's
Yeah,
not
that
gonna.
was
It's not gonna stop the
definitely-
aliens.
That was definitely a rotten egg, dude.
Well, I made it this morning really quickly. Thank you. So
There's a thought that counts, Brian.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, I definitely
it's not gonna
appreciate it.
stop the aliens.
No. But maybe they'll look at it twice.
I've always wanted to see you in a tinfoil hat for real.
Thanks, man.
It
Me too.
Looks good.
I even wrote on there to commemorate the 10th episode.
10th episode.
Yes,
Happy
sir. Yeah,
birthday,
it's on the back.
Brian.
episode.
Yeah, this is a temp. Now we've also done pilots, before the first so-called episode, and we've done some Facebook Live and YouTube Live things. But episode-wise, this is number 10, and it seems to be
Numero 10.
kicking off. We're doing good. I'm getting a little more comfortable talking on camera and all that shit. And from time to time, we still have technical difficulties like we did today and last episode, but it seems to be just with the software I'm using. So maybe I need to do an update or
Builds
something. like
character. Brian builds character.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
What do we got going on? Birthday boy.
well, I mean, I don't like talking about myself, but I do, yeah.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it.
I don't really
We
talk
won't
about my
call you a
birthday.
narcissist or anything. Just,
Yeah.
I will.
just do it.
Maybe I could
Talk
talk
about
about that in a minute, but yeah, it's my birthday. So it's kind of odd because generally I'm used to it being really cold on my birthday. It's the beginning of February,
Oh, it's beautiful today.
and it's like
Oh, man.
78
Awesome.
degrees
Oh,
outside.
So crazy.
I think it was the record high for today's
I don't know
date.
how high I got
Ever.
to, but there was actually a warmth in the air.
78. You got to about 78.
Like that's late springtime
Yeah.
temperatures.
And then next week, it's supposed to rain every day.
Of course, it's all it fucking does.
Are
is
you
rain.
kidding
It
me?
rains constantly.
Really?
It's rained for over a year.
Every-
Welcome
Every
to North
week.
Carolina.
No, this is not normal. It's literally rain.
Harp.
Yeah, harp. It's probably all harp. Aliens. It's
Yep.
It's all the gay frogs.
They say the
So, yeah.
government ain't making the frogs gay, but they is.
Yep.
There you go.
So
Sometimes
when
it do be that way.
It do
Yeah.
be. So when I was a kid, growing up in Pennsylvania, it would snow a lot on my birthday. It always seemed to snow on my birthday, which for me was awesome because you'd have the day off of
Oh,
school.
when you're a kid, it's great.
Yeah, but the one thing that sucked is it snowed so much and it was cold enough to where the snow would stay. My mom couldn't
Yeah.
do a standard birthday party for me, so we used to have to wait like a month for it to clear out before we could do a birthday party. By then, I forget it was even my birthday.
It was way cheaper that way.
It was. Oh, totally. They gave him an extra month to save up and to buy shit. It was. And then she made everything out of newspaper.
Yes, I remember the obituary.
If you guys haven't seen that episode, I think that's episode 8. We talked about my mom making shit out of newspaper.
Dude, I watched that episode and I died laughing when you
It's
said, when
true,
you said
though.
that about the obituary.
Ethel didn't make it.
Hunter is one of our 3 dedicated listeners.
Yeah.
Oh.
Him and Kendra Holly.
I'm lost.
And Kendrell, yeah.
You weren't on that episode, Thomas, because you've only been on like one episode.
I think I've been on 4.
Thomas was on all the pilot video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's all excited. They're like, "Oh man, that cool Thomas guy's gonna be on the show."
The rock
and they were like,
star.
"No, false advertising."
All right, so I really don't want to talk about myself. It is my
Well, what
birthday.
else you got on there,
Big
Brian?
deal.
What else you got on there?
Thomas had something he wanted to
No,
talk
it was funny. I was listening to last week's episode, and we were talking about my family's mannerisms.
Oh yeah.
And and how my dad repeats himself, and he's just he's hilarious, but he's not trying to be.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
It's
just
who he is.
He's just fucking funny. He's like my favorite person in the world. And then I thought someone was going to say one of the stories. They didn't. So
You get away
so
from
yeah. So
The extruder?
yeah, the extruder.
Oh, tell the story.
The extruder. So we're all at the beach, and it was us 3. It was Donnie, me, Jake and my dad was sitting right there, and we're just sitting outside the camper, just having some beers. And my dad just keeps looking at his phone like this, and he just puts it back down. And then my dad, like, he's so like country, and he's just like, yeah, work's calling me. And it's like, I told them not to. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, they just keep on bugging him. They want him to come in. And he's like, and we're 4 hours away. So I don't understand how that would have worked. But he's just like, yeah, they won't stop blowing up my phone. And then he gets sent a picture. It was, and he shows Donnie of all people. He's just like, this right here. This is what they want me to. This is what they want me to fix right here. This is the extruder. And then he's like, do you know what happens when there's a crack on the extruder? And then Donnie's like, production ceases. And my dad goes, it don't cease. It stops. He's like, ain't no cease to it, boy.
You'd like it if it ceased, wouldn't you?
And then like,
I was dumbfounded.
I'm like, yeah, okay, so that's what happened to me. I was just like, I'm out. I get up and I'm walking away, and I just hear Donnie's like, so is this crack? It's on the exterior. My dad interrupts and goes, it's on the extruder, boy. I done told you.
I was desperately trying to figure out what
And
it
like,
was
he's
doing.
not trying to be funny. That's just the way he is. And there was another one.
The weed and feed?
Yeah. So we were in Nashville. It was me and my wife and my mom and my dad. And we ran across this. I don't know if it was like a restaurant or something, but it looked like a temple. It looked really cool. And the ladies were just admiring it and like, oh, everything's so pretty. And my dad's he's just looking around. I can see that the gears are kind of turning. And then I'm just like, I'm just waiting till we go to the next bar. And my dad's quiet, and then he's just like, I have to speak to the groundskeeper around here. He's like, they got a lot of clover patch. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And then he's just like, I got one word for them. Weed and feed. And then, like, at this point, he's like a little behind me, and I'm like, what? And then I hear his voice get closer. And then he goes, oh, wait. That's 2 words.
Oh.
And I turn my head, and he's doing that thing, and he's just like, and he goes,
It's a known issue.
oh, yeah. I'm just like, I was like, never change, Dad. You're hilarious.
You know what?
It's a known issue.
It's a known issue.
The great thing about Thomas's dad is that despite any of this, he can literally fix anything that's made out of metal.
Mm-hmm.
And drive anything.
Yeah, drive anything, whatever. Campers attached to campers. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Wow. While we're on the topic of your guys' family, because this is hilarious stuff.
It is pretty funny.
It takes the focus off of me. How about you guys tell that story about your uncle and picking up the porch?
Oh yeah, my Uncle Terry.
And after that, we got to go back to Bryan because it's his birthday.
So-
do you have
Bryan
stories
episode.
about me? Because I don't remember any of them.
Terry.
Gosh, let me think.
Terry's actually Thomas's father's older brother.
Yeah. He's,
And
my dad.
he's like a perpetual bachelor.
Again,
I guess
very
the best, very
rural.
country, very
Yeah.
country guy. Got big beer gut kind of guy.
It's as hard as this
And
table.
he's got these eyes.
His
Yeah.
beer gut is bulletproof.
It's very hard. He's very strong though. He's very strong. One of the strongest guys that I've really ever known that is
Obscenely
not
strong.
like a professional bodybuilder or something. And so when we were kids, like Donnie, were you there too, or was it just me and Thomas?
I was there.
So Terry had his back porch. He'd taken the poles out from under it. And it was kind of leaning down like this, but still kind of attached to the house. And then so we're there, and the poles are here, and I guess they dug the holes or whatever. So Terry goes, "All right, boys, this is what we're going to do." He said, "I'm going to pick this here porch up, and you boys are going to put them poles under it whilst I pick it up." And we're like, "Wait,
You're gonna fucking.
what did you say, Terry?" He's like, "All right, boys, this here porch, I'm going to pick it up, then you put the poles under it. So it's a pretty good height. So by the time he got the porch up, he was holding the porch up like he's, all right, boys, get them poles.
When I moved to North Carolina, he didn't have. When I moved to North Carolina, Terry didn't have a porch on either, like the front or the back.
Yeah.
So I remember I was like, man, what have I done?
I think that
as like a
back- I think
10-year-old kid, I was like, oh no.
If I recall correctly, that back porch was my dad's old back porch, and he gave it to
I think
Terry.
so. I think so.
When you say porch, a lot of people know it as a deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
the
is
deck.
like a deck big enough, like you
Yeah.
could have like a small table for
But
4
either
people
way,
and
he
a
just
grill.
picked it up.
Picked it
Pick
up.
it up, yeah.
And you
And,
guys had to put the poles in.
Yeah, Terry has superhuman strength. Like Albert told me a story. He was at
Yeah.
work with a 1-inch ratchet with a bolt like this big on the ground, and they were trying like impacts and all this stuff, and they're like, "All right, Terry, why don't you grab a hold of this?" And they put a pipe on it. So Terry started pulling it, and then as the chrome was popping off the ratchet, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" Because you don't want like hardened steel to explode.
Yeah.
You don't want to mention Obama or near Terry.
no, he's not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good
He's
stuff.
yeah.
He's our uncle. He's hilarious.
You mean in a positive way?
Yeah, yeah.
The one thing though we got to make sure we do is we got to remember what stories we've told.
Yeah.
No,
Because
no.
we
hard
don't want to
keep
repeat
track.
stories.
Like Jake
Because
likes to
I
do.
have, I
Yeah.
actually,
I do
I
the
was
same.
I was thinking of like Bryan's stories. I actually have a pretty good one, but I don't know if we already.
Which one?
The one where you tried to pick up the girl at the party that we were at with the keg.
No, we didn't even talk
We
about
didn't?
that one. The one where
That one
I
was-
peed really far. Hit the
Yes, yes.
I was just
Bryan and
talking
I
about
there,
this
there
yesterday.
were so we were at a party, and there were these like dogs. Bryan's like, bet I can get in the
dog.
dog's
First off,
mouth.
we were probably underage.
No, we weren't.
No.
No, yeah, we
definitely
weren't
wouldn't be underage.
No, we weren't.
All right.
Anywho,
So
Anywho,
we actually
it-
went party hopping that night. I remember.
yes, and it was awesome.
We had a
Yes.
great night.
Yes, and not underage. Anyway,
No, sure not. Surely not.
Anyway, but Bryan was trying to he's like, I bet you I can get it in that dog's mouth.
Oh
And
no! Start with the girl part first because that's where
Oh,
it
yeah,
ended with
so-
the dog.
That was so funny, man. So all night Bryan was trying to get with this girl. Bryan, believe it or not, it was something of a lady killer back in the day.
I used to be,
yeah, and
yeah.
it was really funny to watch him pick up women.
and
really
she
funny.
was for it too.
She was for it, yeah. So the whole night he was
But
talking
I
to her,
didn't
whatever.
know her boyfriend was there.
well, that's where the story gets good. So Bryan and I are sitting at the table. Bryan's so happy. He's like, man, I gave that girl my number, wrote it down.
You're damn right.
She's gonna call me. It's better days. And
She
we're
was
just sitting there
blonde,
chatting.
too. Never had a
I will
blonde.
never forget this big jock dude comes in. He goes, "Hey, sup?" Throws it at Bryan. Yeah, take that, asshole. And just walks away. And then it was like silence for a few seconds. And then I just go,
I'm just glad he didn't try to beat my ass.
that was the funniest thing. And then we proceeded to finish the keg.
yeah. So everybody passed out at the party. Donnie and I were still.
Well, we
awake.
woke up and the guy who owned the house was handcuffed to his bed. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's weird.
His girlfriend was not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
We don't know
and
what happened.
I think I remember I was in a flower bed and you were like hanging out of
yeah,
your car.
you fell asleep in a flower bed because
Donnie, why do you like sleeping in mulch so much?
Yeah, mulch and flower bed.
I fell
and
asleep in my
bushes.
car because
It was-
obviously when you drink you don't want to drive,
And then
so we
went
just
to-
stayed there.
Went to Burger King.
Well, hold on.
Well, we weren't.
We
underage.
woke up. It was like 5:30 in the morning. Okay, it was just barely any light out in the sky. It was summertime. I had to pee, and then there was a fence. All right, so there's a person's driveway. There's a fence, and then there's another person's yard right next to it. The dogs are there barking at us, and I've never said this over the podcast, but I don't. It's not a problem. I just have this thing where
It's a gift.
it's a gift. I
He's
can
got a narrow urethra.
I can pee.
urethra.
I can pee extremely far. Okay, I can literally pee from one side of the road to the other. Without
it's
really trying.
ridiculous.
It's yes. I've
It
had.
really
this,
is ridiculous.
I've had this.
Donnie, you're
Sorry.
smoking out, Hunter.
So-called
You're
problem for
smoking
all
me
my
out
life.
over here.
Anyway, so
You're smoking me
I
out over
go
here.
Donnie. Hey, I bet you I can hit that dog on the other side of the fence. And damn right I fucking did.
You like got it in the mouth. It was like a circus.
You know
act.
what? We're gonna get in trouble for like animal cruelty.
Yeah,
over
PETA,
this shit.
PETA's going to be on here boycotting your show.
No, it's a.
Dogs lick pee all
He
the
looked
time.
dirty and he was just trying to clean them.
Yeah, they're
I started-
own.
I started to chuckle a little bit because I was just remembering that one time you were like you had a really bad week, and then you went somewhere. I want to was it with Jake? I don't know, maybe. and you drank a bit, and then you wanted to sober up before you got in your car and drove, but it had stormed.
That was
and
with me at Brandon's.
all of your
Yes.
windows were down.
Yes,
and you
it was
had
like
to
a foot of
drive
water.
home in like a foot of water
So, yeah.
in your car.
I passed out at Brandon's house. We partied that night. This was when I first started working here at Sundown. We partied that night, and I wanted to sleep it off, so I slept it off.
Yeah.
Woke up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go home, and it had poured.
full of
All
water.
my windows were open in my car. I had like 4 inches of water in my car. Thank
Brian
God,
has the worst luck.
Thank God
with
that
vehicles.
car was a piece of shit. You know what? That car actually was better than half the cars I've ever owned.
That was the black car,
That
wasn't
was
it?
the black.
It was red, and then he spray painted it
spray
black.
painted black.
And then after a while, the sun started to do funny things to the spray paint. It was turning like green and brown in some areas.
It was a 96.
Was that the car that someone took a poop on?
No.
At the one party we were at?
No.
Someone took a poop.
Don't use all your stories on one time now.
Oh,
got
man.
a
There's
lot of
so
stories.
many stories.
And why does every story start off with us partying?
There's a lot of that.
That's all we used to
That's
do.
what happened. That's all we used to
do.
It was fun. We should probably talk about speakers, though.
Yeah,
We're going to do all that after the break. So you know what? Leave the poop story for a different day. That was funny. I have a picture. I wish I can find it. And let's go ahead and go to a break. And we'll start talking actual technical stuff here in a minute. All right, guys?
Are you sick and tired of playing sloppy edits with squared off sine waves? Want a moment of clarity? Then sit back and relax and experience what it's like to get rustified. When it comes to transforming new hits and old classics into the best street bangers, ain't nobody got the sweet sounds of the 808s like Russ. With frequencies ranging from spleen-busting high-end to digging all the way down low into the subsonic abyss, Russticals has what you need. Sundown After Dark has teamed up to give you an exclusive offer to save big on his iconic sound. So pull out your mobiles and browse your way over to www.djrusticals.com and pick up your preloaded DJ Rusticals Fire Stick USB today. Go ahead and save 10%. Use promo code After Dark. That's www.djrusticals.com and use promo code After Dark at checkout.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
We had to play musical chairs because Donnie was smoking out Hunter over here.
I'm really sorry, Hunter. I apologize.
Welcome to the
You're good.
Thunderdome.
I will say, Hunter, if you were ever to pick up something so-called bad, a cigar is not too bad because you don't inhale it.
Yeah.
And you start to appreciate it more often. You get you can differentiate the taste and what you like and don't like.
I actually like pairing mine with coffee. I don't know if you do drink coffee.
No.
You
Hunter don't
coffee?
even
Okay.
drink damn soda.
Oh,
Matter of
okay.
fact, I think it's like past his bedtime or some shit.
Funny.
He's not
Very
Charlie.
funny. Yeah, I'm not Charlie.
All right, so we're gonna get to
It's gonna live to be like
voicemails.
100, and we're all gonna be.
Yeah.
So, folks, we got some voicemails. We got 4 of them here.
All right, let's see. what we got.
Remember, folks, the phone number is 252-969-0005. That is the phone number you can call us at if you decide you have a question for us, whether it's technical or something else. You can ask whatever you want. Doesn't matter.
Horror movie related.
Or yeah,
Those are mine.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Don't
whatever
ask
the
me
topic.
anything.
Ask Thomas all the
Thomas
questions.
is gonna get like 100 voicemail
Damn it. I
questions.
shouldn't have said it.
All right, so first voicemail is from oh god, I forget his name. Here we go. Aaron Zook.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Zook. I just want to call and say thanks a lot for all the support you guys have given me over the years. Didn't know how easy it would be to hit a 160 with all your gear. Everything you've done to me or for me has been really appreciated. And I got a question for Jake about strapping amps. What is the technology and the theory behind strapping amps, and why do people say if you strap amps and you blow one, you're always going to take the other one out? I just really didn't understand why both positives are used and both negatives are linked. If you could explain that, that'd be great. Thanks a lot, guys. Keep it up. Later.
Yep.
All right, so like strapping an amp is kind of like the same principle as bridging a 2-channel amp. It's essentially splitting up the wave, like so one does the top, one does the bottom wave. It's the same way as bridging.
Okay.
But yeah, they're connected together and they're kind of working together. So It's not 100%.
Essentially, they're almost 1 amp.
It's basically like bridging a
Yeah.
2-channel, but externally, you know. So if you blow one, you're not always going to blow the other one, but since they are working together on the same signal, like if you overdrive one, you know, chances are you're going to overdrive both of them.
There's a decent chance of it. And I can throw a little into this. I'm one of those people that I will tell somebody, if you're doing a daily setup, don't strap your amps. You're more susceptible to something going wrong. Again, if one goes bad,
Yeah,
the
because
possibility of the
you're
other one
literally
going
like
bad.
sharing the waveform between these 2 amps through the external wiring. and
One
all
thing
that
I
stuff.
like to tell people, instead of if you've got a 2 amp setup and however many woofers, but if you have a 2 amp setup, instead of strapping them or instead of gain matching and phase matching and low pass matching, all that shit on one versus the other, you can actually do so each like Sundown woofers, we've got dual voice coil in most of our woofers, right? So you can, let's say you've got terminal sets A, terminal sets B, okay? Take all your terminal sets A and put them to amp A. All your terminal sets B, put them to amp B. You're still, in that case, you're still in parallel. So depending on your how far down you're wiring it, you may or may not be able to do this, but what that's doing is that helps alleviate any major phase issues because your coil can only go one way or the other, and you still need to gain match them, but if one has a phase that's slightly off, it's not going to matter as much.
Well, they'll both be impacted equally then.
It's also
Yeah.
hard to take you seriously with the hat.
I
I'm
know.
just saying, you're like waving your hands around.
Aliens.
You got the aliens hat.
It's a weird way of wiring. A lot of people think, okay, I've got to put this many woofers on this amp and this many woofers on this amp.
Yeah.
Rather than do that, you can just use all terminals from one side to 1 amp and all terminals from the other side to 1 amp. And it's another way of doing it. And a lot of times that helps alleviate any possible phase issues. You still have to gain match, still have to make sure your filters are set properly, but it helps alleviate any phase issues. That's just my little thing. So that's question number 1. Do you have anything else to add about strapping?
No, I think that's it for now.
Strap-ons? Okay. All right, then we got
a big one.
our favorite guest, Ginger Ale. He loves to call in, and this is a long one. It's about 2 minutes and some change. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
Hey. First want to say, what's up, B? Donnie, I normally see you two on the podcast. This is Ginger Ale.
Hey, Ginger Ale.
Ginger Ale. I want to give a shout out to Jacob. I hope he's on the podcast because I want to ask him a question specifically. I mean, pretty much everybody that watches the podcast knows the history of Sundown Audio, and I've been running Sundown since I think I started the fall of 2009. I do know I was the first customer in Kansas with Sundown Audio.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And I always brag about that. But anyway,
Big Booty Judy.
Jacob, the one thing I've always respected and appreciated about you and Sundown Audio is you're very transparent when it comes to your company. You are always involved within the car audio community. Like you said with the last podcast, I used to always rag you about when's the next video coming out? When's the next video coming out? Trust me, I've looked, I've Googled, YouTubed. No other car audio manufacturer that I can find involves us like Sundown Audio does as far as keeping us up on the newer products you guys are coming out, the next thing coming down the pipe, what's going on with
Gotta
this,
lay
what's
that
going
pipe.
on with that. My question is, why? Why are you as transparent as you are with your company? You have much larger companies that, 99% of us don't even know the CEO. And if I could piggyback on with that just a little bit, I also would like to know what made you develop an SQ sub and gear it for SPL like you did with the X series and the ZV4, or with the new frames that you developed.
That's it.
I like that
All
guy.
right.
He's cool.
Yeah, Kendrell's cool, man. So the answer to your question is, why am I so involved and why do I like to tell people everything? It's because I I came from a hobbyist. I was on the forums, and I wanted to know. Like, and when I was coming up on the forums, well before Sundown Audio, before anybody knew who I was, my mentor, Dan Wiggins from A Dire Audio, he was the same way. Like, he would be on there talking tech, and he's like, "This is XPL. This is why it works. This is why it's good. This is why you want it." And at that time, Scotty Johnson was running A Dire stuff, and that's a very linear woofer, and Scotty was breaking SPL records. So I was like, man, that's great. You know, you can have a woofer that is low distortion and get loud. So that kind of, you know, segues into your next question. Why did I do that? First of all, I think it's just a better way to design a subwoofer. Why would you not want linearity? Even if you're just trying to get loud, why would you not want linearity? You know, and that's great. And people wanted more low frequency extension and all that. And having a linear suspension actually really helps with that. But, you know, at the end of the day, we all like to listen to music. So I didn't think it was appropriate to be selling woofers to like the mass public based on the fact that they're loud and then they get it and it doesn't sound good. You know, I didn't think that was really fair to them if they wanted to go ahead and listen to music too, that they were like, oh man, this is really loud, but it doesn't sound good. Pretty much the only thing we sell like that is our Neo SPL, just because it's a very niche market, you know, but our products that everyone buys, like the X's and Z's and Nightshades, like, I just wanted people to have something they could enjoy at the end of the day.
Nice.
And I've been very, very upfront with that, as you said. Like through the whole development process of the frames, I was sharing like prototypes and the surrounds. I shared drawings of them before I even tooled the Mega V1s. You know, I would tell people what to expect. And like, this is why I'm doing it. You know, and so I'm glad you noticed that, and I appreciate the fact that you commented that. You know, and I'm glad people enjoy that. I really am.
I think Ginger L's our biggest fan.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Without a
Definitely
doubt.
up there.
I'm pretty sure we got him a shirt, and if we didn't, then
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
know.
say, send
Yeah,
that guy a T-shirt.
I think he got one. I think he got one. To go back on what you actually mentioned, the Neo SPL, compact Neos, we just got the motors in. So anybody any competitors out there that, and the Neo SPL has definitely proven itself. Any competitors out there that want to use the Neo SPL, contact your dealers.
Yep.
The motors just got in. We can build them again.
Yep.
Come and get them because they're going to go quick.
We'll go back to that just a little bit. Might as well touch on it over there. My design philosophy behind that was, you know, a lot of these SPL systems, especially the smaller ones and like CRXs and stuff, like you just can't fit this monster motor back there. So like our Neo SPL, which we call the compact Neo, it's only 190 millimeters in diameter, which is only 10 millimeters wider than an SA12 motor with no boot.
Yep.
And it's really not much deeper than SA12 motor. I remember back in the day, actually, Terry Brox was the guy that kind of talked about this, where he had such good luck out of the DD9500F series. I think primarily because the motor was smaller and more aerodynamic when he was like the king of street boxes and stuff, which he's still up there. Yeah, so he's like a guy that has a lot of testing under his belt. And I kept that in mind.
He still wears the crown, right?
Yeah, he wears the crown.
Yeah, and the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Neo SPL, or compact, I like calling it a compact Neo.
Yep.
That is, if you've never seen it before, folks, and I don't have a picture up yet, but it's basically a top plate, bottom plate, and pillared Neo.
Pie-shaped.
Yeah.
Pie-shaped, so I get maximum surface area.
Yep.
And I brought them in on the inside as close as I could to the gap.
You even curved that out, didn't you?
Yeah, I curved it out. Neo in particular, you get more impact by adding Neo on the inside than you do on the outside.
Yep.
Also, it's
Don't
less
give away all your secrets now, Jake.
Yeah, well, you know, I figured I'd throw that out there.
Don't be too transparent.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Jake is a little too transparent.
Yes,
It's like like Donnie, you're just not getting paid this
There's
weekend.
there's actually been times, and I know Brandon has mentioned this to you, where you'll go on a rant online trying to solve something, and you might say a little too much. Even on the podcast, you might.
I'd rather people be more informed than less informed, even if it is somehow detrimental, I guess.
Yeah, but I guess our biggest worry is, well, company A or company B may be interested in doing the same thing.
I've been through that, and I've toned down certain things, but I don't want to talk about certain things too far in advance.
Yeah.
So I can at least get it on the market before I give away too much.
Nice. I remember the Sundown show, because people aren't supposed to be back in the build room unless they sign a non-disclosure agreement. And the Sundown show, as I come to find out, it's like a huge party. We all have a lot of fun.
The Friday before,
and I remember there's like stuff back there that's kind of like
yeah, we covered up
locked doors,
stuff.
but people were just coming in like, woo, it's aluminum, bro. People just like walking through.
I gotta send this to Nick, right?
Yeah.
Was that the last episode you told that story?
Yes.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
And actually, I talked to Nick
at CES. Well, you were there. Yeah.
Nick Wright is one of my favorite
Yeah,
human beings.
he's so.
It's like
funny,
I just
dude.
and he's not trying to be funny. He just is funny.
Your story
Kind of like
about,
Albert.
Yeah, your story
that-
about the lightning rods on his building is hilarious.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that another time. Let's save.
You
Make
know,
a note.
when he comes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Nick's got to be on the show.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
And just like
I just-
aluminum cans everywhere.
Here's the deal. The Friday before our show, I'm probably just going to be in the podcast room all day. All right, I'm just going to take off work.
It'll just be like a revolving door.
Yeah,
like
revolving
people coming
door
in.
podcast. I'll just have to cut segments.
There might even be some really raunchy stuff, like people
by the
passed out.
By the end of the
on
show, I'll be
table.
hammered.
We're gonna have to get
man.
Hunter a wheelbarrow to get people out of here.
I don't know.
He'll be the only guy not drinking.
Maybe by
Probably.
then. All right, so we have another voicemail. Let's go ahead and do this one here. I think this is from Jerry Howard.
All right, so I got a question. What's everyone's favorite product of all the products? Another one, forgot what it was. Hope this isn't PG-13.
Damn it, Jerry.
That'll work for now.
I like icy hot.
Later.
What was the question?
I want to know what our favorite product is that we
Product
make.
of all the products.
Oh, okay.
I put Jerry on the spot. I said,
All
Jerry,
the
you gotta call him with a
products.
question,
I thought
bro.
it
Here?
was just like general.
Thomas, let's start with you. What's your favorite product that we make? Make now or have made in the past? Doesn't matter.
My favorite product we have ever made was actually the NSV3. It was just a sexy woofer.
Yeah.
I really
Curves.
did enjoy
It was
putting those together, and I would like to believe that I had a lot to do putting things in Jake's head about. I was like, dude, you got to make it sexy, man. You got to make
Dude,
it.
that
give
was
it,
a big black ass.
give it curves
big
like a pretty
booty
woman,
Judy.
man.
Yeah,
and
it did.
it's just so pleasing to look at, and it's just very.
It's
awesome.
100 pounds of ass.
It's
Black.
it's an awesome woofer. I really liked making those. I thought they were sexy.
Hunter, do you have a favorite one?
I deal with them every day.
What's your favorite one to test?
Let's see, SA 6.5s.
He likes the light ones.
The ones that you can fit in your hand.
5-pounders.
Yeah, one, not like the ZV5
Beer,
that weighs
please.
like 85 pounds.
Yeah.
Donnie, what's your
Yeah.
favorite one?
So I'm still new to this, and I really like the nightshades. I told the story about Darren Shamali's build, and that was really cool. But man, so lately we've been kind of behind with quality control stuff and testing. So I've been helping
Not
out.
my fault.
Not Hunter.
not
It's no one's fault. We just there's a lot of product going out the door, which is a good thing. And so I started helping out, and I was like, whatever you guys need, just let me know. And so Jimmy brings up a pallet of SA10s, and I'm like, cool. So I just test these things, just plug them in, do the thing, and man, those things are so cool. Like I'm just like, man, I want one.
Welcome to my world.
Well, Donnie, an SA10's not too expensive for
It's
you.
nice and
Yeah.
it's like a compact.
I've-
It's like
yeah.
the motor looks huge on
I've
the
been
10.
thinking, and I've talked to Bryan
that'll
about.
fit really well.
I've talked to Bryan about this. I already have the coaxials in my car, but I want to build like a little box and get something and put it in there.
No, maybe we can do a video series or something.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I really
That'd be cool.
want to do that. But those things are just so freaking cool, man.
An SA10 only needs
The-
like 1 to 1 1/4 cubic foot ported,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
easy to put in
Super
your
small
your car.
box.
I'm probably going to do that. So yeah, I like the idea of doing a video series. That's pretty
That'd be
neat.
cool. Yeah, just like a simple install on a standard car.
Yeah.
How do you do it
Yeah.
with our products?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do that if I
So-
find the time.
I've touched on my favorite stuff is out of all time, it might be the S8 version 2 because I was just so proud
Yes.
at that moment to have tooled my first frame. And I think I talked about this before. Like the spider on the S8 V2 was one of my first really linear spider designs, and I actually did just geometry on a piece of paper and drew it out by hand.
Jake, I feel like your favorite thing is whatever you drew that morning.
Well, yeah, so it shifts a lot. So I'm trying to think objectively of all time, like what was I most excited about ever? And that was my first frame tooling. It was my first full, like, on my own spider design, It was just really exciting. But if you think about, like modern, like right now, it's got to be the Nightshade because I was just so stoked to have developed that technology.
There's nobody has made anything like it.
Yeah.
Period.
I love your Nightshade shirts. I don't know if we've talked about that. Like, we probably have. You have like 20 of the same
Oh,
shirt.
yeah.
And it's awesome.
I had them
could
custom made, like they're actually American made T-shirts. Really nice
just imagine
fabric.
the closet of Jacob Fuller. You have to put in like a little number, and it's like a retinal scan, and it opens up, and it's just like 50 of the same shirt.
Yeah.
And they're like calling to you, like, Jacob, we are here.
Yeah. I'm pulling the Zuckerberg Steve Jobs thing, and I wear the same thing every day. I ran out though, so I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of
it's gonna be like half and half.
Speaking of the Sundown After Dark T-shirt, you can get yours by going on the Sundown After Dark Facebook page and clicking the buy now
mine.
or purchase. It's okay.
You got to give Hunter a
mine.
shirt, Brian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I now have a vector file, so I can have Derek make a few for us here at the shop.
Did Ryan get that too?
Yeah, he gave it to me. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we got it now.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah.
So that was my cousin Jerry asking this question.
Yeah.
Facebook official.
So DVS Designs is making our T-shirts, and they have them on sale. It's again, go to Sundown After Dark on Facebook, and you'll see a thing right there. You click the button to buy, and it takes you right to the T-shirts. There's men's and women's T-shirts, so you got the curvature for the women, and they're I think maybe $20, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate you also supporting your local business as well.
Hey, Brian, what's your favorite product?
All right, so mine's a bit of a twofer. So my first favorite product would be the SD2, either 10 or 12. Okay, the SD2 series. I'm not a big fan of SD3, but I like the SD2 because there's a little bit of that distortion still left in there.
Yeah.
That gives you that punchiness. It can be used still in a ported enclosure. However, I'm a sealed enclosure kind of guy because I listen to a lot of metal.
Yep.
So the SD series has always been our broader bandwidth sounding, SQ sounding woofer. Maybe not a huge amount of output, but a little more output than your standard company's.
Yeah, the SD2
woofer.
was pretty rugged. It actually had the same cone and spider as the SA.
It sure did, and that's what made
it was just like a shorter motor. So the 3 it was a big departure. It was because it was very soft. It was way less than half as stiff as an SA. It might even be a quarter as stiff. That gave us a lot more low frequency extension and a sealed enclosure. So, but what my goal is for the SD4 is to restore some of the mechanical durability without making it overly stiff at rest. So what I did is I have the new W surround, and I also developed a new spider thanks to some 3D FEA. And so both of those components are progressive after about the linear range, which is about 15 millimeters one way. So beyond the 30 millimeters peak to peak, they start tightening up.
Right.
So you don't have to worry quite as much about bottoming. And within that range, it's even more linear than what the 3 was.
Cool. I actually have a question for you. No. Yeah, fuck it. I have a question for you about SDs in general, and let's talk more towards the new one that's coming out. How well do you think it would do in a fourth order application? Because I have a
it would do really well. Actually, the 3 would as well, because you can put a tiny back chamber.
Sweet. I have a very specific design I want to do in my car. I'm thinking about doing 210s. And I want to do a fourth order, so I can just... what I want to do is kind of like a bullshit fourth order, where I just want to open up my rear deck. I'm not going to actually do a port. I'll have a sealed section, close it off, and just open up my rear deck as much as I can to get the sound to come out.
Right.
I'm thinking that might work.
The 3 and SD3 and SD4 actually would be better for a fourth order than the 2 even.
Okay.
Especially the 4. But you put just a tiny back chamber, and then you get your mechanical power handling way up, basically simulating a stiffer suspension with the air spring of the enclosure.
Super titties.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then I have...
Another thing about the SD4, I don't think people realize how light they are.
It's got the Neo Magnet.
The SD410 is less than 12 pounds.
Holy crap.
Didn't you have a prototype here?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had a prototype here.
It's
nice.
like...
Oh, yeah, the one that looks like a UFO.
It was the last episode Thomas was on.
Yeah.
So the first episode.
So it's like a less than 12-pound driver, and it has less distortion than the 3 even.
Yeah.
Suspension and inductance wise has higher thermal power handling and higher mechanical power handling than the 3. And then the 10 and the 12 basically share the platform, the motor. The 8 actually has a totally different motor because the 8 has a 2-inch coil. So I couldn't fit enough Neo in the pole. So I had to put the Neo on the outside. But it's a really cool looking motor. I think people are going to like it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's so stout.
So mine's a bit of a twofer. I had to put an amp in there because my favorite amp is our 5-channel amp, the 1100.5 SAE model.
It's pretty cool.
That amplifier is great for anybody who just wants to put a standard system in their car. So you've got channels 1 through 4, which are good down to 2 ohms per channel, At the 4-ohm range, you're looking at 75 watts per channel and about a little over 100 to close to 150 watts per channel at 2 ohms per channel, 1 through 4.
Yep.
The fifth channel
My fault, I'm sorry.
is 1 ohm stable,
800 watts.
800 watts, which is perfect for an SA series woofer. So you can go ahead and get your coaxials and components up front. You got your subwoofer, which you can put your SA series woofer on. You got a full system in your car.
Yeah.
1 amp. That, my friend, is my favorite amp.
It's pretty awesome.
And I used to run that amp in my car a while back ago. I actually, and I'm gonna tell people this, but I don't want you to do it. So, back when I was testing our prototype 5-channel amp in my, I had an Outback, Subaru Outback. I ran 5 of our X 6.5s on that 8th channel, which brought it down because it was
5th channel, Brian. 5th channel.
Did I say?
You said 8th channel.
Okay. On the 5th channel.
It's your birthday. It can be whatever you
Yeah,
want.
it's whatever. I ran 5 X 6.5s on that one channel, which brought it down to close to half ohm due to the low impedance because they read like 3.4 per single coil. And it took it all day long. Didn't get super hot. Pushed the hell out of those woofers. They were actually underpowering the woofers, but still they slammed. So I love that amp. I'm glad you made it.
It's a great amp.
Wasn't your first subwoofer, Sundown Audio subwoofer, an SA12 that you built? I remember I was training you.
That was the first one I ever built, and I sold it to a local guy, and you helped me with that. That was the first woofer I ever built.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in your car.
I think I had it in there when I worked. So that was when I was working here. That's not my first Sundown woofer.
That must have been when Thomas was nice. He doesn't help me with crap.
My first ever.
He throws you in the tiger pit.
My first ever
He's like, "Oh, it's
Sundown.
like crap."
My first ever Sundown woofers were the old SD110s, and then I also had I think after that a pair of the original SA8 version 1s without a motor boot. That's how old they were.
Yeah, first run.
I had 3 of them in a sealed box in a 2001 Jetta. That was a kick-ass system.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's... Oh, hold on. We still have another voicemail.
We have a couple, I think.
We did this one. We have one more voicemail.
Okay.
Again, folks, the phone number is 252-969-0005. That's how you can get a hold of us. So here's another voicemail.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Aliens.
birthday, dear Bryan.
Oh.
This is like Michael Scott.
Happy birthday to you. Down for sound, baby. That's a great one. I don't know if you turned 21, 31, 61, whatever. Make it a good one, man. Later.
Is that JP?
That's JP.
JP!
He sounded like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he did.
Well, thank you very much, JP. And
Thanks,
yes,
JP.
everybody,
I love him.
please check out downforsoundshop.com because that is your #1 source for Sundown
Oh, man,
equipment.
such a great guy. I love him.
Yes.
We didn't do dealer of the show or whatever.
No.
We should just make this about Down for Sound.
Yeah.
Down for Sound is the first.
So let's talk a little bit about him.
Yes.
Why not? Jonathan Price, a lot of people know him. He started off. He was more like a team guy.
Yeah.
He had a lot of our equipment in his vehicle.
Yeah. The first thing he ever got from me was a SAZ 4500s.
Well, that was a while ago. then.
Traded in. He had some, I believe, RD amps, and he traded them in.
So he had a YouTube channel. Still has it. He still runs strong.
Life of Price.
Yep, Life of Price. I don't know if Down for Sound's got their own one. And what's his other company other than Down for Sound? It's like God, what is it called? Where he sells all the speaker wire and stuff.
Oh, that's Bass Head or something. Bass Head.
Base certified.
Certified
Bass
Bass
Head.
Head. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's got that, and then he runs downforsoundshop.com and Life of Price and this, that, and the other. Anyway, he is now one of our largest online distributors. He does a fantastic job promoting our product, and he's got a very unique way of just promoting any company that he works with.
Yeah.
He's huge on social media. That's basically where he he strives.
It's the future.
And we thank you very much, JP, for everything that you do. And there's a backwards forwards thing here that we got going on. We feed off of him. He feeds off of us.
Yeah.
And we really love him.
It's like Thomas said, he's such a cool dude though, because I know he has like a persona online. He's like a big dude. but he's like such a humble guy and
He's
so
so
cool.
humble
He's
and
so,
chill.
He's
yeah.
so cool to
I don't know
talk
if
to
we're,
and hang out with.
Giving away something.
Actually, it's funny because I mean, I guess we can say this. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But when we went out to eat with JP in Vegas, it was like a kid that was like washing his hands in the bathroom and noticed JP. He's like, "You're the guy that does the cars."
yeah, he was like, "You're on YouTube." I tell you, I was in Myrtle Beach. I want to say it was the same time of the extruder story. Also, things are coming like full circle. I was in Myrtle Beach, and I was wearing a Down for Sound shirt, and I was just trying to find like one of those nice bars on the beach. So I was walking all up and down the sand until I found a good one, and I had to get to the bar. I had to cross this patio.
Thomas is already drunk, so
What?
I'm just joking. You're like walking up and down the sand. Bar.
might as well have been.
So you get drunk quick when the sun's hitting you.
Yeah, it's the beach, dude. Like, it's aluminum, bro. So as I'm crossing this patio, there's like people sitting at tables, and this dude, and he's wearing like a veteran hat and sunglasses. So I couldn't tell who he was. He just tapped me, and he's just like, "I like your shirt," and it was a Down for Sound shirt.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "Cool." Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't expect anyone to notice it, and he was just like, yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, I've got recognized in my Down for Sound shirt. I was in Best Buy in Mooresville, and guy walks by. He's like, "Oh man, Down for Sound. Oh, that JP guy. He's so famous." And I was like, "Do you know him?" And I was like, "So the guy recognized my Down for Sound shirt, but he had no idea who I was."
Oh, speaking of, while we're talking about shirts, this is a story I meant to tell a long time ago, but someone interrupted me. I can't fucking remember. But
it's probably me.
Before I worked here, I was one of like the first people to buy Jacob's the old shirt.
You told that story already, where you just paid him outright. And you had like a box of them.
Yeah, and I was trying to get to the part 2.
Oh, there's a part 2.
A numero dos.
Yeah. So I was like one of the only people with the Sundown Audio shirt. They weren't everywhere back then.
Yeah.
And
every time you hear a big thud, it's somebody grabbing a beer out of the thing.
Yeah.
For those that are just listening on Spotify,
don't judge us. Or Hunter, don't judge Hunter.
We're
Hunter's
big
just drinking
boys.
water.
We can handle it.
So, all right, nice one.
So, what was I talking about?
You had the Sundown shirt.
About the Sundown
Oh
shirt, part 2.
yeah. I was at Denny's, and it was late at night because Denny's is open all
Forever.
the time. It's
24 hours.
Yeah.
that's where all the strippers go when they're done.
All right,
how I know.
continue.
How would you know that, Bryan?
And I was by myself. I don't remember why. I don't remember the I used to really like Denny's, so I would just go there, and it's open late at night. And I was sitting there by myself, and someone just came up to me at the table, and like me and Jake sometimes look alike.
Mm-hmm.
And the person was like, "Excuse me," and I was just like, "Yeah," and like it was just some guy with his girlfriend or his wife or something. And then he said, "Do you know Jacob Fuller?" And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, so you're his brother? Because at the time I had looked a lot, because Jake spiked his hair and I spiked my hair, and he just had a goatee and I have a goatee, and
You're both white,
and we're both very pale,
and we're related,
and we're and then I was like, no, I'm his cousin. He was just like, oh, okay, because he was just like, you guys look a lot alike. Thanks. I don't know.
Probably somebody Jake went to school with.
maybe.
I don't know. It could have been, but like, just saw me with Sundown Audio shirt and a Denny's.
I got recognized wearing my Down for Sound shirt. I get recognized wearing Sundown all the time, like at gas stations, but Down for Sound, I got recognized at an Applebee's, like the one and only time I ever went to an Applebee's.
I'm sorry you don't have one of the new ones. I got one of those new ones. They're really
I like
cool.
those. Yes,
I'm so
guys.
sorry, Brian. Actually, it was funny because I mentioned that. I was like, we should have grabbed one for Brian.
I like that shirt.
It's if you guys haven't seen it, I should have wore that.
I keep telling. I told
so
JP
cool.
that I wanted to
It's a
get
nice
one,
shirt.
but he was
It's
out
a
of
nice
town.
shirt.
And I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's
I like
really,
it.
It's,
I like it.
It's like a screen printed, like a gray, but it's tattered.
it's like you can't. Yeah, it's like you can't buy happiness, but you can buy bass.
And it's kind of like
It's
my
really cool.
my ex's
Yeah, I
power
use it to
shirt that
clean
I
my
wear.
guitars. I'm just kidding.
All right, we're going to switch gears here again, folks. Phone number is 252-969-005. If you want to give us a call, we're going to switch gears to
Or questions.
Yeah, questions. Yeah, just leave a voicemail. I was going to say we're going to switch to messages. So again, if you don't want to leave your voice on the podcast, you're welcome to just message us through our Facebook. Again, that's Sundown After Dark on Facebook. And you can just shoot us a message.
Maybe people are afraid that if they leave their voice, we will use it for like an automated phone system.
Maybe. So let's see the question here.
All right, we're going to go to probably the most technical question, maybe. And, yeah, okay. Well, we're going to do this one. So, Donnie, you're good at reading. Read that for me.
Hi, Brian. I had a technical question I'd like to ask Jacob. If you look at the
Clipple.
Clipple, if you look at the Clipple test for the SA12 here, that link, you can see that the TS-CMS is negative 0.08.
It's approximate.
That's a tilde. Approximately.
Yes. Okay. Whilst the large signal CMS of 0 millimeter stroke, as per the graph, is 0.22. Why are these so vastly different? The large signal suggests the suspension is much looser than the TSPS indicate, which seems counterintuitive. I'm just asking because this is problematic for designing fourth orders. I'm not sure which one to go by. I'm not sure which one to go by when designing for a specific sealed side tuning. I've been searching for an answer to this for ages, and no one I've asked seems to understand why this is the case.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Cam.
and that is Cameron Sharp.
I'll just keep it really simple. Just
It's
based on
aluminum,
the
bro.
name, like
I'm showing people what he's talking about, the Clipple testing.
Field small parameters are generally measured at 1 watt, and most of the box modeling formulas and software are designed around that. So what you're going to want to use is the small signal 1 watt number for your designs. So let's just keep it really simple. You'd have to have like a whole different set of formulas to model based on what the Clipple says. So just stick to the small signal one.
You know what? That actually brought me to a question. I don't know if you know this, but maybe a really good box builder might know. I might be considered an expert in car audio, but I still don't know everything, right?
Well, nobody does.
One of the things that I want to know is how, and maybe if there's a formula out there or some kind of software, how do you tune a sealed enclosure? Whether it's a fourth order or just a regular sealed enclosure. I want to know how to do that. Because, I'm a sealed box guy.
I mean, it's just sealed enclosure is simple. It's just the volume.
Well, I know you have a specific volume, but, whether it's bigger or small, I know, smaller makes it usually a punchier, higher frequency, bigger is the
That's
other
described.
opposite way.
That's described by QTC. Usually, you want it 707. 707 QTC alignment has the lowest F3 point, and that's generally what people shoot for.
So, so here's the deal: when we give out sealed box recommendations, how do we come up with that number?
We're generally looking for something around a 707 alignment QTC, which is the total dampening of the system, including the air spring of the box.
So here's what I'm getting at: SA12 sealed box, 1 cube.
Yeah.
How did we get that 1 cube?
Plug it into box modeling software and look for the QTC.
Okay,
around
so there's
707.
software involved.
Yep.
Okay.
And the 707 is the lowest F3. 0.5, which is called critically damped, is the lowest F10. But when you put a subwoofer in a car, QTC has limited utility because your car has its own response as well. So you don't need to look at it too much.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, Hunter, we got one for you.
Oh, great.
All right. So the question is from Philip Irish. The question is. So this question is for Hunter.
Oh, great.
Hunter, what are you looking for in a good Christian woman?
knew
Put it
something
out
like-
there because there's many women watching
I
the show. Let
knew
me tell
something
you.
like this was gonna come up. I just
Oh,
didn't know
man.
who it was gonna be from.
We gotta get you a woman. So
You
what
remember,
are what are
Philip,
looking
right?
for?
Philip came here physically and visited us.
Yeah, back during our show.
Any of those women interested
he's,
in Hunter
Dave Lee's
can
buddy.
call
Dave Lee's buddy that was hanging out.
Hunter has a lot of
252-960-0005.
because he's single.
I don't know, honestly.
I'm going to help you out a
Hair
little bit.
color.
I'm going to help you out a little bit, Hunter. She has to be from Eastern Europe somewhere.
I guess.
Oh, Hunter actually likes to travel a lot. You should talk
does
about
travel a
that
lot.
after
I
you
do.
talk about the Christian woman.
Yeah.
So to talk about travel.
Hunter, you need to find yourself a big girl
Here's
that
the
likes
thing.
to cook. That'll take care of you.
Here's the thing. I've had this conversation with Hunter many times. I was like, Hunter, just sign up for Christian Mingle.
Yeah, why not?
Like, do that. And then he's just like, oh, no, dude, it's like $80 or something. Or like some really
You
weird
got it.
specific number. Like, it's $56.
All right, folks.
No.
We need $80.
And
like-
but then I'm just like,
Crowdfund.
dude.
Like $89 for 6 months. I'm like,
We should do a video series.
Okay,
on
okay.
that.
Let me stop you right there. Okay, because when you get the girl, it's gonna cost you like $89 an
day.
hour.
Women are expensive, yes.
They're expensive, dude. And like, if you can't put the money forward,
You have to answer this question, Hunter.
Yes.
You
What
have
are
to
you
give
looking
us some
for in a woman?
details.
That's a good
They
question.
put you on the spot there,
That's
buddy.
a good
but
question. Put me
Hunter,
on the
I
spot.
know
Yeah.
Hunter does like exotic women.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go exotic. I'd say European. Exotic kind of.
Icelandic chicks are pretty hot.
Yeah, they are.
good,
Yeah.
nice blondes over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter.
Yeah, he pretty much summed it up.
So here's the deal,
Sure,
folks.
European.
This
Let's go
fine
with
gentleman
that.
over here has got a good job, and he's a single man,
You can better describe me than I can.
That's right.
and he's a good Christian man.
If this works, I'll pay for the first hour. $89. I'm not even joking.
Hunter doesn't.
Let's do
Hunter,
this.
Hunter's got no kids. He has no drug problems. He has no drinking problems.
And you know, a weird detail about Hunter is I've never seen his hair grow or like it's always consistent. Do you get a haircut
Yes,
and like
I
a
do.
trim every week?
About
or
every 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
It's like I'm.
So your hair doesn't grow then.
I've never seen you with. You always look the same.
It's because I'm probably losing more hair than growing.
You're
he's a finely
this
manicured
place,
gentleman.
these assholes, right? You know, like your beard, it's always the same. Your
Yeah.
hair's always the same. Nice hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the hat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll take you off the spotlight, Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter's the most
But,
consistent
hey,
human
one
being
thing,
that has
I
ever
do have
existed.
a YouTube channel. So
Oh,
let's
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. What
please
is it?
Plug it.
yeah, it's just my name, Hunter Dellinger. I'm wearing the same hat in the picture.
So let me tell you guys one more thing about Hunter. I call Hunter the Machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's originally based
Here
on.
we go.
It's originally based on a comedy skit.
Kurt Kreischer, or Bert
Bert
Kreischer.
Kreischer, about where he goes
Brent
to
Crystals.
where he goes to Russia and gets
Bert
drunk.
Chrysler.
So, it's based on that where he goes to Russia and gets drunk on
Thomas.
vodka with the Russian mafia. But then I kind of transformed it because Hunter's consistent. He works between 40.0 and 40.01 hours a week.
Like that.
40.01.
He's reliable.
Brady.
Keep that in mind, ladies. That was not.
That
Brady.
wasn't a Brady. That was a Cam.
That was not a machine. That was the. Oh no.
Ready?
Oh!
Of course he does that.
Stone cold.
Now you gotta throw him another one. Brady,
Ladies, Hunter would never do that.
Yes.
why don't you
Hunter
just,
would
why
never
don't you
do
just
that.
hand it to me and I'll hand it to Bryan.
Yeah, that would be a better idea.
Here you go, buddy.
That was unscripted. All right.
That was awesome.
wet now.
I hope the camera caught that.
Oh, it got it.
Oh, my God.
So we got our next question here.
Hold on, I need to. Can I get some paper towels?
No.
Brady, Kobe.
I can't catch shit.
No, it ain't Brady. It's Cam
was,
today.
No,
because-
that was Brady at the last Super Bowl.
You have a Cam Newton shirt in under that.
Oh, Hunter also likes football.
Yes.
He does.
We talk
Sports
about
in
football quite a
Sports
bit,
in general. Cricket, not so much. That's about the only exception.
which is weird because you like European stuff. So
You guys
cricket.
I watched
talking.
like
I gotta
5
dry
minutes of a
myself
cricket
off.
match and just about fell asleep.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
That's pretty boring.
That's fair.
So I'll go ahead and read the next question. It's from Hannah Shamali, which is Darian's.
Oh, she's so nice.
It's his wife, right? Are they married?
We know why you're saying it.
no, she's a sweet lady. She was very nice when we saw her.
Well, I assume they're married because of the last name. She said, "You guys coming back to surf this year? That's the plan. Yes, we would love to go."
And I think they're bringing Donnie too, so that would be cool.
Yeah. So Jacob and I have gone to. And I'm just drying myself off as I do this, but Jacob and I have gone to the Surf City show, which is in Oregon, Lincoln City, Oregon, twice so far. It's once a year. It's literally a week after our show, which is the last weekend of August, I believe. And it's a fantastic show. So anybody on the West Coast that can make it up to Lincoln City, Oregon, you have to go to that show. Mm-hmm. The first time we went, we had a great time. The second time we went was when I found out I was having liver failure. So I went ahead and did my job, and I went to the fucking hospital. So I have to go back at least one more time.
You got to redeem yourself.
You're a trooper,
to have a good time.
It was funny too because I remember you messaged us and you were like, "I'm getting on that plane. I'm getting on that plane."
Yeah.
And you're like yellow. You're like Homer Simpson.
Brian looked like Homer Simpson.
I had a bad time. And anytime you hear a phone ringing, it's Jake's wife. Hello. Just so you know. Folks.
I don't know. Earlier, I had a bunch of texts. You know what? While Jake's doing that, I got a little PSA announcement.
Go for it,
horror
Donnie.
nerd stuff.
I'm trying to clean everything now because I'm a dumbass.
If you guys have any respect for the horror genre, I would not watch the newest trailer for Pet Sematary, please. No, seriously, it's rough. It's rough.
Did you watch it?
Oh, I watched it.
You never watch trailers.
I never watch trailers, and I watched that one, and I hate myself for it.
By rough, what do you mean, Donnie? Like bad or scary? Or what?
A lot of things is they show. I mean, what I assume is the whole movie, basically in the trailer, and then they changed something really important. I don't want to give it away, but they changed something really important from the book and the Mary Lambert movie, which is one of my favorite horror films ever. And it's like they tried to make it less terrifying. It's like it was like somebody's job. Like, let's make this less terrifying. Cool.
So
I don't want to go too in details. Just maybe just stay away from it.
Damn it.
If anybody cares,
So
I don't
want
think anybody
to
cares.
just comment. That was my wife calling, but she is asking me when she should start making dinner. So that was a good call.
Oh, heck yeah! There you go.
So this is
done.
this is a fun fact. When we were all three younger, we would go to
Oak Barrel Video.
Oak Barrel
was the
Video.
VHS store,
It's
yeah.
now a place where you get your hair done.
Yeah, I know. It was like a little gambling thing for a while.
Yeah,
too.
and
I think that
that's
got
actually
shut
where
down.
I go for a haircut, but not lately. You know?
Go to the video store for a haircut.
So, and
some of those memories are like my favorite memories.
yeah,
to
and
talk
we
about.
would, and us three would go, and we would rent like 3 or 4 damn horror movies at a time. We would do this almost every Saturday, and we'd get a 12-pack of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And then we would drink the Mountain Dew
just
and
pound
watch
through
the
those
movies.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't like go to bed until 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite stuff. Like
Good times.
I know I've said this like 100 times.
It was super
But
fun.
I'm like a super like weird horror nerd. Like I literally watch a movie almost every day.
Donnie,
and it's funny because Jake really likes like anime and stuff and wants me to get into anime, but I'm like I can't because I got horror films and
Halloween time, we have to talk about some of your stories of when you did your convention.
Oh yeah.
So save all your cool stories.
Oh,
for
of course.
So I don't get stabbed. Let's finish the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, folks, I just not shotgun, but I just drank a whole beer like that really quick.
There's
and
only
then,
one left.
And then I stated that I had liver failure. So I just want to clear things up. My liver
Hunter,
problem.
that's your beer, Bubba.
My liver problem was not due to drinking.
Either Hunter's drinking
my
that
liver's
or
fine now.
Brian is drinking that.
And no big
One of the two.
All right, here we go. Aren't even listening to me.
I'll give
Brian.
Hunter $40 to drink
No.
it right now.
I'm good.
I think I
man.
got like
plenty of money.
$18. I'll give you.
We have a
Hunter stands to make
Hunter's
$100
rich because
if he
he's
makes
single.
history right now.
Was Brian
you go.
talking?
yeah. Fuck it.
So Brian was talking about how he was like liver failure. Give me that beer. Ah.
Yeah, I don't have a drinking problem.
So
anyway,
James Mayberry. Here we go.
James Mayberry has a question. We have 3 more questions, and we're going to be done with the show.
Yeah,
All right. So James Mary says, question for the show tonight. Jacob, do you ever plan to make an SA-18 again, or possibly an E-Series 18?
Well, that's kind of a complex issue, I guess. An E-Series, I would say it's very unlikely. An SA-18, maybe. The only problem with that is when I had the S18 out before, in order to get the parameters the way I wanted to, first of all, I had to use a bigger, more expensive motor.
They weren't very popular either.
They weren't because the price. The price was significantly more than a 15.
Yeah.
Because when you're importing stuff in a container, the 18s take up exponentially more volume.
Yeah.
So it cost me so much to import them that the pricing had to be beyond what most people wanted to pay.
Maybe we could look into building them here. Whenever you come to a version 2, whenever you get to a version 2.
I do not consent.
Whenever you get to a version 2, maybe we can bring an 18 back out and possibly build them here.
Maybe. I will consider it. I will run the numbers again, and I'll see if it's possible.
That was Jake's special. Maybe no. Like I've known Jake my whole life. That was Jake's maybe no.
Yeah.
For people that were curious, I was like, "There's still a chance."
It just seems really unlikely. No. It just seems really unlikely that it could be affordable. Would I like to sell an S18? Absolutely. The problem is the pricing doesn't work out.
All right, next question.
You just watched the first episode.
Yeah. So Ryan Maxey,
okay. Well,
Ryan Maxey first asks, doesn't Hunter have a YouTube channel? We just said that. Yep. His second part of his question was, where did the name Sundown come from? And we did talk about that before, but go ahead and say it again.
There might be new listeners. So.
Yeah. Excuse me, I got a burp.
You're going to get asked these things 100 times.
I'm sure.
So.
Sundown is a name I've actually been using probably for over 20 years now. And it originally came from a song. My dad had a record by the Outlaws. It's kind of a bluegrass rock band.
It was like, ooh, hurry sundown.
Yeah, the song's called... Song's called... It's a good song. It is a good song.
Sundown.
I have
something like that.
I actually bought my own vinyl because I have a record player at home. So there was a song called Hurry Sundown, and it was about an outlaw who was a ghost, and he would avenge people that had been wronged. And his name was Sundown, and I started using it in video games and stuff because I thought it was a great name.
Yeah.
And then that was my username in all the forums and everything. So
I remember
Sundown Audio
playing StarCraft. And that was your name. And
Ultima Online.
Warcraft. And then one random day, I just walk into your room and I see Sundown in 9 different ways. And Jake's like, I said, what are you looking at there? What do you got? And he's like, I'm starting my own company. And I said, cool. And that was the end of the conversation.
Speakers and shit.
I had no idea. And then, here I am.
Aliens.
Yeah.
That's how it came to be. Aliens.
Yes.
Aliens.
And this is fun too because this goes.
We have also talked about this before.
This goes back.
But screw it. Roth Wismer says, what does the NS and NS1, NS2? What does the NS stand for? It stands for Nightshade.
Yep.
And
Jake,
Jake,
also an Ultima reference.
Yeah, it's from Ultima
Online.
Ultima Online, there was if you were like a wizard and you would cast
We're fucking dorks, man.
If you would cast a spell,
really are.
Cast a spell in
No
Ultima,
comment.
you had to use what they called reagents, which were like various herbs and stuff. And one of them was Nightshade, which is I think it sounds. First of all, sounds really cool.
Yeah,
and
sounds
it's like
awesome. Sundown.
you know what, Jake? I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Where's the Z and the X and the U and all that shit coming
I
from?
just thought those were really cool letters.
They're fucking awesome letters, man.
Well, you know what, folks? I think that's true. Does anybody have anything else to add?
The Mandela effect is real.
I think
so. Someone told me today that Jiffy peanut butter never existed.
No, it never did.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's just Jif, apparently.
yeah, it's just Jif.
I don't believe anybody.
I think that Hunter should have the last word on this episode.
Yes.
That's
Hunter,
what I
chug
think.
this beer.
What do you want to say?
And then I
want
wanna know what comes out of your
about
mouth.
traveling or anything or
I've already
football.
said my spiel,
But no, you got to have the last send off, man, because you're our guest.
I don't know.
Have to.
I don't know.
Tater tots and ice cream. Everybody.
Sure, let's go with that.
Hunter, swing around. We're all going to say
thumbs
goodbye
up.
to that
Oh
camera.
no! We gotta like come up to you. It's your birthday.
Oh, well,
All right.
It's far.
I'm wet, Donnie. Sorry.
It's okay.
Bryan is moist.
All right, folks. Good camera. You need a good thumbnail. Let's. Hold on. You know what? Fuck, the camera's too low. Everybody tuck down.
It's the loudest show around. Sundown After Dark with your host Bryan Chamberlain, presented by Sundown Audio.